Hey, hello there. This is Natural Fitness Lifestyle. Today I'm talking about all the lies about abdominal training. You may have learned, you may have heard a few. And the first is that you only need one or two exercises to train your abdominals, which is false, as if the human body was so simple. I never trained my abdominals with one or two exercises. Number one, because you need to train heavier, harder. You need to always challenge your abs. So if you only stick to one or two exercises, how are you going to challenge your abs? You need to always diversify, always evolve your abdominal training. In other words, the exercises in your abdominals always have to be more complex. If you're only doing one or two exercises, you can't do it. Okay. By the way, hit the like button. Look, this is professional medal I won. WNBF. You can look me up. WNBF Pro Masters Cup 2011. Over 50 Masters. William Nico. William Nico. That's what this medal's for. Getting back to abdominal training. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, getting back to abdominal training. So if you're doing leg raises, okay, doing leg raises, and you do 10. So where do you go from there? You do 50, you do 100, do 1,000? No. Then you do harder variations of leg raise, which you just increase the angle until you do leg raises, vertical leg raises, hanging leg raises. But you may start at just knee ups, knee lifts, while you're on the floor, lying on your back. Simple knee lifts. And you may even do them partial. That's how I started. When I started doing my abdominals, I had severe spine injuries incurred in a back accident. 1998 almost took my life. I could hardly stand up. In fact, I did stand up, but I was in tears all the time. I was walking to work in tears. The pain was excruciating. To this day, I have multiple injured vertebrae, but it's still able to train because of my complex, completely conditioned abdominals. I train many different exercises, not just one. You have the abdominals, you have the internal core, you have the internal obliques, external obliques. Let me rewind that. Internal obliques, external obliques. The internal obliques are attached from the ribs here, and they run diagonally to the pubis. The external obliques are the opposite. They start at the hip joint and they run up and they attach to the rib. Internal oblique and external oblique. But you also have muscles like the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the transverse, which is like a weightlifting belt that's wrapped around your spine. It's actually a weightlifting belt that's attached to the muscles of your spine. Yes, it's called the transverse abdominals. They squeeze around your spine, keep it tight, prevent it from getting injured. You must exercise that with a lot of stability exercises. Write this down. Swiss ball, fissile ball, very important. The ball rolls. Now, I wish I could demonstrate here to you, but I can't in my room. Eventually, I want to be able to set something up in my room, but I have no control over that right now. But these fundamentals of abdominal training. First, you lie on the ground. You inhale through your nostrils. Pull in your belly button. Hold 30 seconds. That's called a vacuum. That's number one. Number two, you get on all fours, on your hands and knees. You inhale through your abdominals. Exhale. Number three, you lie on your back. You're performing dead bug exercise. You're lifting one arm and then you're lifting one knee. Alternating lifting one arm and one knee while you're lying with your back on the ground. It is called the dead bug because you look like a dead bug. From there, I will move on to planks. Now, you may ask, planks, what are planks? Now you're lying on your elbows, hands clasped in a V formation, legs wide. Now, why legs wide? Because if you're starting out, it's going to be very difficult and you'll feel it on your back and not abdominals. You don't want that. So if you're starting out in a plank, always keep your feet wide in a V shape. Same as your arms in a V shape. This will be easiest to hold. Now, a lot of people hold a plank for like many minutes. It's not necessary. What you need to do in a plank is start out holding 30 seconds to a minute. But when you get that becomes easy, then you want to move your legs in, make it harder. And you could alternate lifting one foot off the ground and lifting the other foot off the ground when you're in a plank position. Instead of holding the plank for many minutes, you simply make it harder by beginning moving your feet up, down, and side to side. This is how you progress a plank. So where does the sit-up come in? You don't need a sit-up at first. You don't need a sit-up at first. Moving on to the other topic, you don't need a sit-up because when you're doing a plank, and if you do a plank properly, you're pulling the ground with the elbows. That is causing tension on your abdominals. Yes, you're working your upper abs when you're doing a plank, if you're doing it correctly. Again, this medal was won because I knew how to train right. I knew how to train my abdominals right. And I still do so at 62. So anyway, some of you wanted me to demonstrate and do a live abdominal workout. I really need to hear more feedback from my viewers and my subscribers requesting a live abdominal workout. I'm going to do it, but I really need more feedback on you subscribers. Do you want me to do a live abdominal workout? I can do it, but I need your feedback. So have a great, wonderful weekend.